go. Welcome to GZR Ground Zero Radio. My special guest is Mr. Jimmy Webb. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm very happy to be in California and playing concerts.
We're very happy to have you back here. Let me give our listening audience a little heads up just on the caliber of songwriter and musician and composer that you are. Mr. Jimmy Webb is an American songwriter, composer, and singer known worldwide as a master of his trade, with many accolades to boot. That being said, Mr. Webb is the only artist to receive Grammy Awards for music and lyrics and orchestration. Rolling Stone magazine listed Jimmy Webb as one of the top 50 songwriters of all time. Congratulations on this tremendous career.
Well, no, thank you very much. You know, it's the life I wanted to lead. I wanted to, make music and be able to live at the same time. And you know, that's a wish that's been granted. And I'm very grateful for that.
And at what point in your life, I noticed as a young man, you were already involved in music projects at a young age. At what point did you decide to start writing originals?
I don't know that I ever really decided to do it. It kind of seems like I was always doing it. I started playing piano when I was 6. My mother wanted me to be a church pianist, which I accomplished by age 12. And then I started improvising a lot. And I had to because of church services, because of different aspects of my job. I played for funerals. I played for weddings. I played the offertory every Sunday. It was while I was playing, you know, some of those endless, you know, offertories that I began to change the music around a little bit to suit me more out of boredom than anything else. But that's was a germ of creativity that was kind of born there, and it eventually manifested into some songwriting. I wrote a song when I was 12 called "It's Someone Else," and you know, like 30 years later, it was recorded by Artie Garfunkel. So I was imitating what I heard on the radio and looking for acceptance and a social niche. And I sort of found it as a youngster playing the piano.
What an interesting journey. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. How interesting that you just really, I mean, like you said, you've always been doing it. It was just natural to you to improvise and interject your own creativity to avoid the same old.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the late Leonard Bernstein called that sort of improvisation transformational. And that's what I would do. I would take a hymn like Amazing Grace and sort of turn it into a classical piece. And I had a very, very good ear. I could hear something and play it. And that was invaluable, you know, as time went by, and I eventually found myself in performing situations and also in the studio, playing the piano in the studio in Hollywood when I was, you know, 16, 17 years old, and being able to remember almost everything that I heard, you know, and to be able to regurgitate that, play it again. that was a secret weapon, because I had a very, very, almost uncanny memory for songs.
Right. And over the years, you've had some incredible opportunities to work with other artists, mainstream artists, such as Glenn Campbell, Billy Joel, Linda Ronstadt. And so really your songwriting repertoire spans from classical to pop and even over into rock and roll, with Guns N' Roses picking up one of your songs. How interesting is that?
Well, I always wanted to avoid being pigeonholed as I say always, but from the age of my first professional career, I wanted to avoid very much being boxed in as a country songwriter or a jazz pianist or a rock and roll musician. I just wanted to embrace all aspects of music and be able to work with artists from different genres. So I was writing songs for Mr. Sinatra and Tony Bennett and the Fifth Dimension and Glenn Campbell at the same time as I was working with sometimes it would be Joe Cocker. It would be any Linda Ronstadt. I spent a lot of time working with her. So I was able to cross genres, and that's been very important for me, just me personally, because I love classical music, spend a lot of time listening to it. So I just wanted to do everything. That's all.
Right.
I just wanted to do everything.
Right. And good for you for not being pigeonholed into one genre, right?
Yes.
We love that about you. We absolutely love that.
Thank you.
You're flexible and diverse. So you have a gig coming up here in San Juan Capistrano at the Coach House on July 12th.
I sure do. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite parts of California, and we're doing a tour of the whole coast, and so I wasn't going to miss San Juan Capistrano. I'm looking very excited about playing there. I've never played there before, and hopefully we can get some people out to see it.
I have no doubt that you will. I'm going to be there, and I hope to be able to shake your hand and meet Ellen as well. And I'm looking forward to it, hearing you live. I want to point out to our listening audience, there is a memoir available called The Cake in the Rain, a portion of Jimmy Webb's life that's available. And also, I have a question for you. This is going to be interesting to the songwriters that tune in to our show. While you were vice president of ASCAP, what was your role as vice president?
Well, no one's ever asked me that before. The vice president before me was Cy Coleman, and was a wonderful, wonderful composer, Broadway scores and things of that nature. And in fact, I keep a picture of him on my desk. There's really not much. It's a ceremonial position in many, many ways. But my job as vice president was to support my chairman, Paul Williams, to if I heard something that I thought he needed to know that was going on the board, I would call him and tell him. Just taking the temperature of the board and sort of being the, his, in a way, a source of information for him. And the other thing would be if he had, there are 24 people on the board, there's 12 writers and 12 publishers. So sometimes it can get, it can get kind of acrimonious. We've never come to blows. I've been there for 24 years and I've never seen any blood. But, it's, there's controversy from time to time.
Sure.
And the vice president helps to quell any misunderstandings about why we're there and what we're doing and what my chairman wants to accomplish. And that was my job, was to help him get the things done that he wanted to get done.
That's very interesting. Thank you very much for answering that question. Yes. So this Wednesday night at the Coach House, July 12th, tickets are available at thecoachhouse.com to see and hear the legendary Mr. Jimmy Webb. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
County, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wires, I can hear you through the wire, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than I want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the